And hello, welcome to City Trial 2 announcement, uh, development, whatnot. I completed my first map in Fortnite Creative. I haven't released it or announced it yet, but it's gonna make some people happy. This one, on the other hand, is along the same lines of a passion project, but now that I know a little bit more about how this game programs and how building works, it'll go along a lot smoother. The more difficult thing, though, is some of the city trial mechanics that aren't readily available in this game. For example, this game has things available that make it very easy to do some kind of battle royale uh, racing vehicle type mode game, such as vehicles that are already made. We've got bikes, we got motorbikes, we got dirt bikes, we got cars, we got trucks, SUVs. There's a Jeep over there or something. This isn't drivable, this is the respawn van, but this is meant as a prop. Props are anything that you use that aren't really meant for like building or terrain. So, like big rocks, flowers, any kind of object that may or may not move. This will probably like do a circle around the building or something like that. All of these buildings are prefabs. This is meant for background, but you can very much touch it. But nothing on it is interactable. So no, can't go in the windows, can't go in the doors, stuff like that. And then I built this little bridge here because on top of initially wanting to do a city trial mode, I wanted to do a big racetrack. We're talking like, I don't know, maybe like 2 laps, maybe 3 laps. But look at how big this is. I could have picked a template, like a starting grid, that was bigger than this one. But I don't want city trial to be ginormous. I want this to be meant for like 4, 5, 6 players at a time. And you just can't have it that big and not be running into anyone. It'll be kind of snooze fest. So this is probably going to be built so that you can go up along these buildings, and it'll probably lead to a different section. If you're not familiar with City Trial and Kirby's Air Ride, or Kirby Air Ride, I keep saying it wrong despite playing the game since it came out. City Trial is what I like to joke around saying that it's the first Battle Royale game where you get a timer, you get a giant map, you get power-ups to pick up, you can eliminate other players, but instead of being the last guy standing, you're going to be collecting power-ups in preparation for an event. So that'll be a derby, that'll be a free-for-all type thing, that'll be a race, some kind of flying thing, who can fly the highest, who can fly the farthest. I don't know if that'll be implemented or not. Maybe everything will lead to a race at the end, who knows. This game does have an immense library of prefabs, so things I don't need to build. That's all put together already. Barns, castles, towns, buildings, houses, skyscrapers, meteors, warehouses, depots, If you played Fortnite, you know everything that's in it. Just every goofy thing from every season, too. Look at that giant Gundam that looks like a bear or something. This is all Fall Guys stuff. So, you know, just I'm not going to put this stuff in here. I could. Maybe it'll be one of the sections, but let's take this giant section right here and I'll just prop it up a little bit so it's not sinking into the ground. And boom. This is one of the Fall Guys prefabs, along with like, I don't know how many are there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8, 9, 10, something. These parts all go together, but they're prefabs. You don't have to build them. But there's a whole section of galleries where you do build things. So let's say you want the house to look a different way. Maybe you want it to be bigger. Maybe you want it to be wider, bigger walls. Maybe you just want to pick at something. You want to take something out of that. Everything that's in that prefab is separated. And now you can build as you want. You can intersect things to make bigger items. You can mix them to make a giant blob of an item. You can just repeat. But this is what I was talking about earlier. Oh, this is Jump Pad. Who's commenting on this fucking thing? Oh, God. No, I'm not going to use your creative code. Thanks for stopping in, though. This is a jump pad. This is just something you can pick. And that works while you're in a vehicle. You do want to have boosters, though. Because even though you're driving into that jump pad, it doesn't really propel you forward unless you have boosters when you get up here. Another cool thing is, if you're not familiar with Fortnite, is the characters. I have Jill Valentine here. She's about, I don't know, number 110 out of the 150 characters that I have. I did buy this game on release, so I would say for the first 4 or 5 years, they just handed me V-Bucks constantly. So not only did I get everything from the battle passes, I could just buy things without actually spending money. Thank you. Here's where the difficult part comes in. When you're in a car, you cannot attack unless you... I'll just show you. There's no attacking while you're driving. But I can go to the passenger seat, and if I have a gun, I can aim it. I can shoot. And as far as I know, there's no auto drive on this thing. There's different spots you can stand in while you're shooting, but you cannot drive while you're doing that. I don't know how possible it is to get a NPC in the car with you. Maybe he can do the shooting, or he can do the driving. I don't think they drive for you. I don't think that's a thing. So that's out of the question probably as well. You can ram into people and do damage. If I don't want people destroying this map, I have two options. I can make everything indestructible and then put trick tiles on them so that the trick tile will make the object or building explode when it gets touched. And that's what this is right here. And everything that's in the range of that trick tile, that orange squared pattern, will disappear when it's activated. That little thing at the bottom, that activates the trick tile. So, just like an air ride, This little thing's gonna pop out of somewhere. Maybe a box. Maybe it'll just be randomly sitting around. You run into it, triggers it, gets rid of the icon. That trigger also sends this to appear. This will be invisible until it happens. I'll probably start it up and show you how it works. As of right now, I don't know how I can keep this bomb on you. Like, on your character. I can probably put a delay on it and get it to stay in front of you or something like that, but it's not going to be a thing that you control as, like, pressing a button and throwing it. This is probably going to have to activate and maybe go on a delay and then move and get thrown forward, or it'll have to get thrown forward immediately. This is programmed to go 8 tiles. I'm on the wrong thing. I'm on the bomb. That's it. So this says how far it goes, how fast it goes, should it move at the beginning of the match, how much damage it does to props, AIs, how much damage it does to people, how much damage it does to other things, speed. And you can measure it in meters or tiles. I don't know why you would use meters. And then this is the extremely excruciating part. I worked on this for 2 days. And I don't think I'm done yet. But when I say I worked on it for 2 days, the only thing I wanted to do was make the pickup icon, which is this little bomb graphic I made. And I had to make it by getting smaller pieces and then flattening them and then putting them into a small piece. Then putting the trick tile on it so that it disappears when you hit it. Having this activate this prop mover. It also gets rid of this. Prop manipulator is the only thing that keeps this bomb from being visible before it actually gets launched. So if this wasn't here, you would just see this bomb behind the weapon ability icon the whole time. And it's a pain in the ass. This is what I wanted the bomb to look like without spending too much time on it. If I do that, this won't move. This big base of the bomb will move, and then the top and the fuse will stay behind. If I can figure out how to make them all move, I'll try. I'll try and look up something. There's like a million tutorials. I think you can go straight to the Epic Games website or something like that. There's a lot of people who have tutorials. Some of them are good, some of them are shitty. Some of them are just really flashy. They're very YouTube candy, you know what I mean? Like that Mustard Plays. He has a lot of cool videos, but you don't learn as much as you should from him, and I find that disappointing. But you don't learn nothing from him, which is good. So one of the things I learned on his videos is the mountains. You can move them around. If I can find them quick. The mountains have a lot of texture and they have a lot of ridges and edges to them and things like that. You can make these things smaller and bigger and turn them to make it look less generic when they're all bunched up together. And I mean, that's a cool looking thing right there, right? But it stands out all by itself. But let's say you want to make a mountain range. Just put another one down. Make sure drops are off so it doesn't fall to the floor. it doesn't look too bad, but if they were facing the same direction and they were the same exact size, it would look kind of stupid. It would look kind of fake. And I believe if you flip it around, the snow will... How about you place when I want you to place? Yeah, the snow will still appear up top like it's supposed to. So look, that looks like something I just drew, but it's not. It's the same piece, moved around, so you don't know. And if you're very careful with it and you pay a lot of attention and play around with it a lot, you can get something out of it. There are bombs in Air Ride City Trial. There's the needle ability. There's some kind of launcher. There's like a missile launcher thing that shoots little pellets out for about 5 or 6 seconds, 7 seconds, something like that. There's like an electric attack, there's a fire attack, there's an ice attack, and like I said, this took like 2 days to figure out. What I'm hoping is that I can come right next to this thing, get all the same devices by copying and pasting them, and then rename them other things. And then, you know, this will be, instead of a bomb, it'll be whatever. I don't know how it's gonna work. Like I said, you can't do anything to your vehicle, like set it on fire, or these are probably gonna be like one-time attack type abilities. I might have to get creative instead of directly taking things from City Trial. If you're not familiar with these are the customizable props. So you want to make something, take this, bend it around, shrink it, rotate it, make it thinner, make it thicker, make it flatter, mix them together. The only problem is it's purely visual. It's visual only, because just like that bomb won't move all the parts when I put it in the when I put the prop mover on it, it'll only move one of the things that it's attached to. That goes for everything that you use this thing on. I only just got this to work right now because I did something. I don't know. The programming is very not easy to understand. Everything else is fine. Like, you pick that big balloon animal out of a thing, and then you can make it big, small. You can set it so that it floats in the air, or it drops down to the ground, or whatever ground is underneath it. You want a plane in the game, you just pick the plane out of the game, go into the options, pick if you want what health you want it to have, what damage you want it to do when it collides, blah blah blah. And then stuff like your events, that's the thing that's complicated, because there's a whole series of settings where, okay, is this thing able to be activated at the beginning of the game? That's called enabling. When does this thing get activated? That's usually called triggered or activation. If it's a prop mover, When does this thing get enabled? When does movement start? When does advancement start? What happens if movement is interrupted? So, once I drive on top of that trigger, the trick tile will eliminate the icon, and then the bomb will appear and get shot forward. I don't have it set so that the bomb actually disappears once it goes the full distance, because I just got it to start moving now. This is the only thing other than like the tank that you don't have to switch seats to use a weapon for. And honestly, I'm surprised we don't see like oh my god, it's not stopping. I'm surprised we don't see like some Star Fox custom games or something, because this plane works fine. It works nicely. Well, I mean, if you're familiar with Fortnite Creative, everything you see on the main page is garbage. It's fucking garbage. It's a picture of Mr. Beast, and he's, you know, looking for something through the Safari, and it's called, you know, like Red versus Blue, or, you know, go trick-or-treating to Mr. Beast's house and pretend to be a random person that gets handed $700 instead of a Kit Kat bar. Graphically, I love this creative mode because it's just taking Unreal and just letting you have fun with it. Oh. You'll notice that Jill's looking at me. You don't see Jill, like, move towards camera. See how she's, like, strafing, and then when you turn, you can kind of see some side boob, but she'll turn with it. That's the default camera. I have it set to third-person controls. And then I also have the camera, because you can customize your camera and your controls in this game. And before the most recent update, I don't think these things worked well together, because I had troubles making a 2D section of the previous map that I made, where every time I tried to do 2D and third-person control, or 2D controls and third-person view, the shit would fucking like intermingle, and it would just mess everything up. I'm talking mess everything the fuck up. It pissed me off to the point where I didn't want to fuck with it anymore. Right now the camera's a little close, so I'm gonna go to 176. And then if I want to see how that is, I'll just go to preview. Well, she's not doing it right now. Maybe I can activate it right now, but it's a pain in the ass. I can get the third-person controls working. Come on. There you go, you chick. Yep, and now you can get her to walk towards the camera. And she goes in the direction you're tilting towards. There's also two different other settings. Um, twin stick and fixed. Fixed, I don't know what that is exactly. But this is what I wanted for Air Ride. I believe this is what Air Ride has. City Trial. I believe it goes in the direction you tell it to, and you can move the camera at the same time. Yeah, just to get a sense of how, I'm just not anywhere close to done this. This is going to be the city section, and it's going to have one section of a giant racetrack where you come up here, go across the buildings, and, what's going to be over here? I have no idea. Could be the volcano from City Trial, because there are some kind of volcano prefabs or galleries. So basically everything from every season is in here. Probably not the current season, so like Doctor Doom's castle or whatever the fuck it is. Probably not in here, but the haunted castles from like season 2, the hero lairs, the mansions, all this stuff which is very old, the pirate stuff, the lazy links with the golf courses, the lighthouses. This is like year 3 or something with Lucky Plaza. What was I looking for? Volcano? I don't think this has actually been used in any of the battle royales, but I want this to be a section. I want there to be a castle, because the prefab is kind of nice, and there's also like an outside like garden section, so it makes for a very good section of racetrack that really should be its own racetrack. The problem with that is I was going to have 2 racetracks in my previous map, which wasn't a racing game. It's not a racing game, but it had just a lot of different things to do for fun, and I wanted there to be 2 of them. One was going to use a grocery cart, and one was going to use an actual car. And when you use the checkpoints to count the laps and all that, and make them go in the right direction, it doesn't let you separate them. Like you have to mark down which checkpoint is going to be, the finish line, and you can't do that 2 times. So it kind of limits what you can do in the game. I'm looking for anything volcano. I would love for, oh wow, they fixed it. You can actually press L3 and get the thing that you want now. I don't see nothing about no volcanoes. There was a volcano in the game. I think it was the base for the thing with the giant robot. I just don't know what it was called. This is the whole thing that they just added this season, where this menu was completely fucking broken before. If I wanted to look for something, and I couldn't, like, look up a tag, or I couldn't look up, like, a name for, like, the section of the like what it was called. Like there's a section called Deserted Fortress, Coral Castle. The whole menu would fall apart when I tried using the search function. For one thing, maybe it still does it. Let's say I want to search for something. You have to press X where it says search. Now that I press triangle, and now it works. What it used to do is I would press X and then it would add that treasure chest to my fucking inventory. Meaning if I wanted to use the search thing, I would have to come down to chest where there is nothing to select on the screen, then press X, then press triangle, then press X, and then I could fucking search for something. Now it's fixed, so, you know. It's a small indie company, what are you gonna do? They're working as hard as they can. They got a lot of generic fucking Marvel characters to pump out. They don't have time to be fixing things, so... Not that Mysterio is generic, but, you know. Fuck Mysterio. He's stupid. This guy I just put in because it's a shark and it's a hot dog. And he's got mustard on him. And some onion. What is that? Spicy thing. Jalapenos? I don't know what this is. This needs to not be on here. That too. And this. Are these green peppers? What are you grossing me out right now? Just chili too? You're gonna mix green peppers and red peppers with jalapenos? Haven't you ever heard you only want one thing that adds spice to like a dish or a meal? If you start mixing shit, then everything's just fighting each other in your mouth. So yeah, there's gonna be like a track going up all these places. And these are the devices. So timer. City trial matches last 7 minutes. If you go from 5 to 7, you can set it up to 7. Maybe I'll go for 8. It's gonna be a big fucking map. The timer is somewhere. It looks like a big clock. What's A to Z? There it is. Put it in there. Put it here. And you can make this big. Put it where everyone can see it. This is actually a really big fucking map, so I don't know where this can go, where everyone will see it. Make sure drops are off, otherwise it'll go all the way the fuck down there. And then now that it's placed down, you go into the options. And what is this duration? Is that, yeah, that's seconds. So 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, what? 420, Vape Nation. Countdown. Start a games. I guess we'll do start a game start, yeah. Timer name. Game time. Countdown, start a game, get interact. Interact to start, complete the timer. No, it's going to be automatic. Applies to everyone on the map. Completion behavior. What happens when the timer comes to a stop? It's not going to reset. So reset will put it back to 7 minutes and then not do anything. Restart will put it back to 7 minutes and start. We want none of that. What does disable do? Oh, puts the device into the disabled state. I don't know which one this will be. It'll probably be stop and one of these actions should say when stopped. On it should be cleared. So when the timer's over, it'll go to stop, and then on clear, I'll decide what's going to happen then. Obviously, there needs to be like a thing that you do in the game. You can't just be everyone running around. Maybe the idea will be how many kills you get during the city trial. Maybe there will be a mini game at the end. I just gotta figure out how to do it. But it either the whole thing's gonna end right here, or it'll go into the mini game phase. So there's two different sections of programming here. One is the functions, so it's like if I didn't select start at beginning, it would want me to tell it when it starts. I don't understand this at all. Complete when receiving from. I guess this is here so that for games where you program things that have a time limit, what is it you want to happen when they achieve the thing before the time runs out? You can set up an urgency mode, so like there's 10 seconds left. You get the Mario music and you make it go double time. Yeah. Like I said, that's nowhere big enough for everyone to see it. But they do have, go back down, video players. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe jukebox means like all of them. You know what's fucked up? I don't think that song is available in the music player. It sounds somewhat better than what they give you choices for, as far as default music is concerned. Is it radio or is it sound? It might be sound. No, I think it's radio. But I am gonna check out sound quick. Or am I? Should be a purple speaker floating in the air. Where are you, fucking bastard? There it is. Oh, it's audio. This might be sound effects, so let's say you're over here. I want a lot of beeping and booping and cars driving by and whatnot. Play on hit. Wow, they really added some stuff in this new patch. So this is like fall off for the audio, how far you are to the speaker. I don't know how to just make it fucking start. Just make it play, goddammit. I guess I can just turn all these on. Or is that the accent? It's not fucking making any sound. Phase. This is what I'm talking about with the programming. It's so like vague and like complicated as on like how to just make things do basic shit. Play when receiving from... I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe if I set it to create? I have no idea. Maybe if I just move this over to where I can get to it. Stop! Where is it? It's gone. It's gone. Make another one. Anyway, I was saying let's put it somewhere that I'll be at when I start the game up. It's supposed to have a thing that says like you know, this kind of looks like music, which is weird because the radio has the music in it. It blows my mind that this is so hard to get working. Can be heard by everyone. Just fucking play the goddamn thing. All I can do is put it all on. And start the game. Because I'm just out of ideas. There is a thing right here that says, like, this is when you play. But I don't have anything set up for, like, for an event at, like, the beginning of the match. It's like, why don't I have an option to just start the fucking thing now? Oh my god. Alright, I'm gonna start it up and see if I can't just fucking... Okay, it's going. There's the timer! Oh, and it's on my screen too. That's cool. It's a little bit too in the middle of everything, but maybe I can fix that. See, I didn't land. There we go. Okay. I didn't land on my completed thing. One of the problems I had with the last map is I built everything down there. So anything I wanted to do underground, no bueno. Like, you can't go under this. You can, like, if I was in edit mode, I could go down there and I could like place pieces like halfway down the, like halfway through this thing here, but you cannot, in this mode, you can't go under this. So it really fucked me over. It kind of looks like these buildings can go up a little bit. Maybe not, who knows. It doesn't matter because there's no doors. These are just like background prefabs. Oh, and I can't hear from it. That's dandy. If I wanted to, I can make everything take damage. So, if I want to get rid of this box, boom. The cool thing about that is I wouldn't have to use those trick tiles to destroy the props and the building materials and all that. The problem with that is, though, everything would be, everything would have a life bar on it. So I would be able to destroy everything. All these pieces here, over here, that yellow... Thank you, game. That yellow and that red piece, that came from this. All of these, if I don't have it set in the settings to be indestructible, can be just broken the fuck apart if I ram into it. But since it's not, I can make a whole track. And what's these tubes and all these other fucking pieces? And already I like what I did to the camera. I brought it out some so that she's not like making out with the camera when it's running towards the camera. I think I can move the camera to the right a little bit, so it'll look a little bit like a over-the-shoulder game or something, but I don't want to go too much. If these weapon things that I'm trying to program over here don't work out, I might have to just have weapon pickups, and you'll have to switch seats to attack people. For example, if I press R3, she goes back here, or back into the driver's seat. If I have a weapon and I just press L2 to aim, she'll automatically go into the... There you go! 7 minutes are up. Now, if I don't want to program a minigame at the end, all I'll have to do is have the score be determined by elimination. I could make it a true battle royale at that point. I could give you a number of respawns, and if you run out, then you're just done, and then you can see who the last person is. But I don't really want to go that route because I don't want to put a storm in the game, and I don't want to put I don't want anyone sitting out waiting for the match to end. I could probably put multiple timers up. So I'll have one here, and then if I build the volcano section or the fantasy castle section, I can have a timer up over there. This is a cool thing they added like last season or something. You can build on top of this, and it's just a tunnel that goes quote unquote underground. And you can take it apart, I believe. You can, if it's too long, you can take sections out of it, and then I don't even think you need this fucking thing. You can take this out and just have it be a tube. But yeah, once you get the racetrack lined up here, boom, you got a tunnel. It could actually even be more brain dead easily if you don't want to get, you know, if you don't want to spend time on it like I'm gonna do, and you just want to make a racetrack quick. Go to galleries, A to Z. Never mind, I'm all over the place. I'm not in the gallery. There should be... Oh, I forgot there's music blocks. How does this work? I don't know. Let's copy the whole thing. Let's get this SUV out of the way. Let's say you're putting this down and you're like not comfortable with it being so close to you. You can press down on the, or press up on the D-pad and it'll move it away. Or you can press down, that it'll bring it closer to you, which in a lot of situations where you're floating, it'll make it come above ground when you need it to, instead of trying to do it by aiming, which is stupid. I really think they need a precise way of doing that. So, like, let's say I have this lined up with the floor like it is right now. Why don't you let me lock this this vertical in place? Let me lock this let me lock this height parameter, and then I'll never go up or down, no matter how much I aim it. I'm Tom Hanks from Big. Except it doesn't work. Are you kidding me? these sounds are actually a lot more pleasant with than the fucking system I was working with. The shit that I was working with was so annoying. It was basically like a little MIDI Korg thing. Let me see if I can find it. And you had this little like row of like, I don't know, maybe like, you could change it, you can change the timing on it, but it was like, at most part, it was like 4 seconds or something of music that you program, and then you'd have to like go to the next page to program the next 4 seconds of the music. Super inconvenient. They should have just had like a whole menu for you to work with. It's instrument. It's gonna be separated now because I have it in alphabetical order. Or not. It's instruments. Patchwork notes. That should be it. So this will give you the, oh. You gotta use this fucking thing and aim at the button that you want to use. Oh, this isn't the right thing. Like I said, just massively inconvenient. Just so many restrictions on what you can do. It's amazing that they kept this. You gotta like jerry-rig everything together, then use this stupid remote in your hand. And then you're still not done because you need a thing to like actually give it volume. Otherwise you're just jerking off. I believe that's connected. It might not be. Let me move it over a little bit. You gotta be kidding me. This doesn't connect to that? It's just needlessly complicated and so restrictive on what you can do. It makes no sense. It's gotta be patchwork speaker. That's patchwork distortion. That's patchwork cable. Patchwork drum player. Patchwork drum sequencer. Patchwork note sequencer. Patchwork note progressor. Patchwork filter. Patchwork gain effect. Patchwork. Just there needs to be a patchwork speaker here. If it's not here, that's the thing I had. This is what I have in the thing. It's still in my toolbar. It doesn't fucking work. What do you mean it doesn't fucking plug in? That's its purpose. To give volume to this retarded fucking thing. Yes, go in. What are you talking about? This game is so terrible with some of their design choices. Why are you making this needlessly complicated? Yeah, it's got a whole section for the bass and the drums and blah blah blah. But I need to put volume on my fucking thing that I have set up already. And the speaker is supposed to do that. It's such a hit and a miss. It's so bad. It's so fucking stupid. So, you know, let's just ignore everything I've done here. And supposedly, I have like a group thing where everything that needs to be here is here. Oh, okay, so I needed this thing. Patchwork instrument player. Which then plugs into this, and then plugs into the speaker. Again, it sounds kind of cool, but if you want to make like an actual track, you have to program all of these. Then you have to change the page to the next page. And then do it again, and every time you want to make a change in a different part of the song, you have to switch it back. And then let's say I want the drums in it, right? So there's the drum set. And it comes with everything, in case you don't know how this fucking transformer robot assembles. It's too much Again, I'm going through different styles of drum like presets. I can make it myself. I don't know what that instrument is. The blue circle is a kick. That's too much kicking. Make it stop. What's the red square? That's the open. I don't know what that is. She looks funny when she's holding that thing and running. Oh, okay. I don't think that was part of this before. Now I can get like a whole thing out of it. And then if it gets annoying, you can delete it, or you can just come over here and turn it the fuck down. Until you go through, what is it, 8 pages, and make like an actual track out of it, you're just gonna hear like the same, like 4 seconds over and over again. It's gonna drive you goddamn nuts. And yeah, when you have them all completed, it'll say auto, meaning when the first page is done, it'll go to the second page. When the second page is done, it'll go to the third page. I can make the tracks for City Trial, or, and that this is a big or, I can just use the pre-selected ones. Audio, let's do Combat 2. Set it so that it doesn't go by... I don't know if they need to fix this or not. Once your character starts like spinning around, it sounds like a goddamn vinyl, and your cat is walking on it or something. So you want to turn this distance shit off, and probably put it in like mono or something. Well, it's still in stereo, so it's doing that thing. might not have an option to get rid of that. Play the fucking song, please. Okay, what did I do? What did I do wrong? See, this game has something stupid where, you know, these maps are designed to have, like, people come in and out of them all at the same time. So, for example, on my previous map, what if there's a boss fight? The music's gonna change. Well, you don't want the music changing for everyone on the map. You just want the music changing for the person in the boss fight. So that's where registered players come in. And I really wish you could turn the stereo off, because I'm pretty sure that's what's making it sound like shit. This doesn't happen with your music that you create with that goofy system I was using earlier, by the way. And the volume is so low, I don't know why. Maybe I can use the mixer to fix that. There's like a volume mixer. Audio mixer. Oh, it always has to be the wrong goddamn thing I'm saying. Because I'm looking for through A to Z to find this shit. Yeah, Patchwork is the name of the thing where you go in and create your own music. Wow, there's no options to anything in this. So why do I have it? Why does it say bus? That's so weird. What'd you do? Oh, it's too slow. kind of cool. I mean, there's not a lot of options with this audio mixer. I don't have an option to turn stereo off. I think if I go to registered players, it should just play the music. What's the middle one? Okay, so volume's all the way up. Limit audio distance is off. Play during game, all modes. I like this song, so we're gonna keep that song. I like having it a little bit faster. Maybe a 1.3. 1.3. No, 1.4. I'm sorry. Stop punishing me. Yeah, we're gonna have it on registered players, and then hopefully that takes care of this stereo problem. Because it just fades in and out and sounds horrible. Play registered player. Nope, still doesn't fix it. But then again, I have to go to play mode, and then we have the problem of, is this going to start right off the bat? Or do I have to go through a whole programming spiel? It still doesn't work. Oh my god. It has to be like the most needlessly complicated thing I've ever seen. In any game. The way that some of this programming is set up for you is terrible. So it's not working because I'm not registered. How do I get registered? I don't know how. The way I solved this before was you can either use speaker instead of registered, but then it sounds like shit. Or device, it's not called speaker, it's called device. But if it's registered, then it's just like in the air, you know what I mean? It's just like playing for everyone. It's not coming from a direction. The problem is I have to do something now to get registered. I kind of wanted people to drop in. But if they're coming from the sky... I think this is where they drop in every time. Maybe. So we have a new thing to set up, and that's called volume. So I know I'm going to drop here, at least I think I'm going to drop here. Oh, the drops are... Oh no, I'm holding this fucking thing. This device, if there's patchwork anywhere on your map, you're gonna start with this device automatically. And that's gonna drive you fucking insane, because every time you press R1, it's going to switch to it, and you're going to drop whatever item you're holding, whatever piece you're holding up. And I can't believe they didn't fix that. Let's try again. We want to be above this white spot here because this should be... It should be what I'm aiming for. That's not good enough. We gotta go to 32. Try and get this thing lined up. And then we can actually just set it and change the... A little bit longer. No, a lot longer. Oh, is this the bus route? I don't know, but I hope I'm on the right spot where you drop in. Maybe I should put this on a little faster. Up here. Flight speed 5. And then we just want to press X to go straight up. Yeah, that's kind of the right spot. Let's move this over here a little bit. I don't understand how this can be 32 and nothing lining up. Place it down. Gonna move it back a little bit. And then I'll just make it big as shit. Make it super wide and super deep. Put it on fucking 8. Put it on 8. Don't really need to make it change the height. I'm assuming you spawn from the very top when you drop down. But yeah, on enter you're going to have Radio. And register player. And then that should fix the problem. I like that. Am I in? Fuck if I can tell. I can't tell? Okay, yeah, I'm in. Let me double check. Make sure I'm registered, or have it set to register. Yeah, registered player. Let's try it. As of 2 seconds ago, like 5 seconds. No, it didn't work. That's cool. Let's try again. Well, this is right. It's just a matter of me hitting this or not. I don't know how. Let's bring it down a good bit. Let's make it even fucking bigger, because I just don't know what to do anymore. Again, needlessly complicated. Doesn't in any way, shape, or form. It doesn't need to be like this. I'm gonna mark this. I don't know if I can do this or not, but you can pinpoint shit like you do in the Battle Royale mode. Where's the middle? Is this just a thin layer of nothing? Maybe I should add some height. And now it's broken. Fun game. Again, I don't know where I'm dropping. I don't know if I'm hitting it. I don't even know where it is, to be honest. Oh, it's right here. It doesn't look like I'm that high up. If only these retards fucking told me where the starting point is, then I wouldn't be struggling to understand what the fuck is happening. Let's lower it even more, and let's try and fall straight down just so I can see if this works or not. You spend so much time trying to do simple fucking things. Why is there no device for just game start? Like starting conditions. Register all the stupid cock-sucking players in the game to be able to hear the fucking radio. Oh, I can put NPCs in this game too if I wanted to. So if I wanted to make Tak is a character in Kirby. In City Trial, he has like a sack filled with goodies. All you gotta do is beat his ass and he'll drop stuff. I can do that with either a guard or maybe a creature placer. There's the storm thing. If I wanted it to be, you know, like today's BRs, every BR has the storm. What is... Oh, the dance mannequin. Why does it have that red background? That's super distracting. Look like a new thing. Health power-ups? See, look, half this shit is here already. It's like, I don't need to make... There's... Which ones are the attack power-ups? They look like little purple V's. Where are they? I'm not super sure how I'm gonna have this happen. Yeah, because none of this stuff applies to, like, registering players, uh, you know, enabling different devices. I did bring that down, didn't I? Let's bring it down again. Maybe. Maybe. Like I said, you want to make this, like, not complicated? Just fucking show me where I'm spawning. Oh, it's working. And what dictates, like, what goes in the left ear and what goes in the right ear, stereo-wise, makes no sense. The speaker's up there, in front of me. All the audio is coming from over here. And I can barely hear it. Then again, that might be my settings. It is. Okay. I'm an idiot. That means I should go back into my map that I'm about to finish, that I'm putting the finishing up touches on, because I'm too stupid to realize I had my music turned down. This has boost? It's not working. There's no boost. Oh my god. Get out of the car, there's no boost. This is a nightmare. Did I not have 2 minutes left? I was looking at the timer. was weird. Launch speed. Oh, you can change the launch angle. In what direction? Oh, it'll show me, I think. Or not. Oh yeah, it does. Okay, it pushes me forward a little bit. Maybe too much. Move it back a little bit. And I'm still hitting the top of the building a little bit. Golf cart time. Oh, I hit the radio. You know, you can play that music in this mode too. Wouldn't be so goddamn boring. So maybe the volume doesn't need to be all the way up. But I do need to change it so that I actually hear music in this game. In case you didn't know, I don't know why Fortnite doesn't do this. I guess it's because they don't want to dissuade people from buying their shitty fucking dances and stuff that has like Drake music and God knows what else. Maybe they still don't have Drake music in the game. I don't know. I haven't checked into that. But they have licensed music for some of the emotes. And you can turn off that licensed music. You should be able to turn it all off. Despite the fact that I have music all the way the fuck down for every goddamn mode in this game. All the Battle Royale modes. I still hear it. I hear it during special parts of the Battle Royale map featuring, like, you know, Mysterio or fucking Magneto walking around. I hear it when I level up. I hear it when people do emotes or dances that don't have copyrighted music in them. Can be heard by everyone registered, visualization, blah blah blah. Yeah, I used to be able to hear this shit during creative mode somehow. Now I just can't. Maybe if I change the song just to get it going. Nope. Nope. That's not how that works. What's the bus? So is this audio mixer, is this only for the bus? Because every fucking thing I look at, it says it's related to the bus for some reason. I don't think it's doing anything. Anyway, I got until I so this is the part where it really makes it look like City Trial, and I haven't even figured out how to use this yet. This is called, where is it? Random number generator. I don't know how this is gonna make things I need to work. I do not know math. I do not know algebra. But there is a couple tutorials I saw on this. I didn't need this for my previous map, so I didn't get into it. It's gonna be a little lame if I can't randomly spawn vehicles or randomly spawn pickup items. Just saying. So, this is kind of important for me to figure out, or at least copy from someone. I don't know if there's a video that'll explain how this works. It doesn't look that bad though. So, yeah, this is probably going to have to be enabled at the start of the match, so this will be added to that big square that I have in falling from the sky and part of the volume. So then it'll be enabled, and then I will activate it when I'm gonna have to have a thing set up on a timer to spawn. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm screwed. I'm 100% screwed. I don't know if this has to be touching something. Ah! If you're familiar with the games I play, I could have used this on my previous project for a high and low card game, which is something that I was considering adding. But I had too many things elsewhere to worry about, and this map might not be that big anyway, because if you see that bar at the top of the screen, I have a limit to how much shit I can put on this thing. Like, I can probably put a section there, put a section over here, over that way. At some point, it's gonna say, alright, no more. Stop it. Stop doing the thing. Stop putting stuff in game. But anyway, thanks for watching. Give me like a couple of months. I think I can get like all the areas done in a couple of weeks and figure out what the racetrack is gonna be. Maybe that will be the only mini game at the end, who knows, but as far as like programming all this shit to work, that might take time. But thanks for stopping in. I'll see you guys later.